And so right now, let's go ahead and talk about keyword difficulty. So what exactly is keyword difficulty? Now, there are only 10 spots on the first page of Google, right? So if you search for something, only the 10 best of the best are the ones that show up on the first page of search results, or we call it the SERP. Now, the higher the search volume, the more difficult it would be to rank. And so consequently, I need to introduce you to KD, or keyword difficulty. Now, keyword difficulty ranges from 0 to 100. It's a score, actually. And so in the past, Google used to give this information known as page rank. Now it doesn't do. And so because back in the day, things were much simpler than they are now, and people didn't have to pay $99 a month for tools such as Ahrefs. But nowadays, you have to really play the game, the SEO game. And so in order to rank for a keyword, you have to first of all know what is the keyword difficulty for that specific keyword. And henceforth, they came up with, all right, so the keyword difficulty will range from a score of 0 to 100. 0 being very easy to rank for. In fact, not just easy to rank for, but absolutely impossible not to rank for. Because it's 0. Nobody's trying to rank for that keyword. And so if you're going to try to rank for it yourself, you're going to be able to. Now, for instance, a keyword with a keyword difficulty of 10 is much more easier to rank for than a keyword with a keyword difficulty of 50. Now you find that the competition for a keyword difficulty of 50 is much higher than the competition for the keyword difficulty of 10. Why? Because the prize is bigger, because of the search volume. The search volume for the keyword difficulty of 50 is much higher, and so people are more interested in the higher reward. Therefore, that keyword is chased and there's a lot of competition. That's the bottom line. Now, I have to say that keyword difficulty is not 100% accurate. And let me show you a perfect example of this. Because tools such as Ahrefs, Moz, Keywords Everywhere, Ubersuggest, even Google, Google Keyword Planner, most of these are going to give you estimates, just estimates. And let me show you an example over here. Now, for example, according to Keywords Everywhere, for the keyword coffee, the SEO difficulty is 78 on a scale of 100. All right. And Keywords Everywhere also gives you the off-page and on-page score, which we're going to talk about later. Not very difficult, but we're going to talk about it. But according to Ahrefs, it's not 78 on a scale of 100. It's actually 94. And so Ahrefs is telling you outright, this is super hard to rank for this specific keyword. And it gives you even how much is the volume. So 12 million people look for the keyword only in the United States. The number of clicks is 3.3, and the money, or how much is going to cost you if you want to bid for a specific keyword on Google, you're going to have to pay $1.8 for every person that you want to click on your website via advertising. And so you see there how much or how competitive is the keyword coffee. It's super hard to compete with. And so therefore, you can see here what I've explained is that different keyword research tools will give you different results. It doesn't mean that they are wrong, but they're just trying to estimate, right? Now, here's an SEO best practice. Each page on a website should only be optimized for one keyword. Now, if you want to rank for 50 keywords, you will need at least 50 pages for that specific keyword. So you can't try to rank for everything at once. And that's why in SEO, we call it the focus key phrase. We focus only on one thing. If you want to rank for coffee, then you have to optimize your blog post for the focus keyword being coffee. You can't optimize your blog post for coffee and another thing. So concentrate on one thing. Let's get through now. Another SEO best practice is a page can only have one focus keyword, which I've just explained right now. I just sound like a broken record, I know. Sorry for that. But website content should also be relevant, meaning that your content should be cohesive and content on your website should be highly related. So if you're trying to optimize for coffee, you should be talking about coffee loosely. You should really be talking about coffee. That blog post should really be about coffee. It shouldn't just be optimized for the keyword, but without value. Because what most people did in the past, and that is what earned them getting, smacked in the face by Google. They got strikes in the past when Google came up with their updates. We're going to go through updates later on in the course. But generally speaking, Google doesn't like when the content is not cohesive because Google has a reputation. Their reputation is, if I'm going to show your website to a potential searcher, I need to provide that searcher with an answer to their question. And so I need to provide the best solution. And the best solution is someone who really cares about serving the other instead of just making money from Google AdSense or getting as much traffic as possible by using black hat methods. And so, example here, if your website is specialized in pizza, then you shouldn't write blogs about coffee, right? You shouldn't ever do that because your niche is about pizza. And so you need to keep your website around that specific topic. Unless, of course, you've made it clear to Google from the beginning that you're talking about anything and everything. Such websites exist. Like, for example, Wikipedia. You find that Wikipedia talks about everything. But in your case, you have to really focus on one niche because what that tells Google is that your website is the go-to place if someone is looking for pizza because you talked about pizza so much. It's what you do on that website. It's your niche. Now, this is just a detail. The paid tool that we're going to use is Ahrefs. And of course, we're going to go through that. And the best free tool, in my opinion, is Keyword Everywhere. I've already explained this. But let's talk about Ahrefs pricing. But I'll leave that in the next lecture.